You know what I'm never going to understand about white supremacy? It's this constant quest to be the victim, right? I scrolled past a tweet where somebody posted and said, apparently, Miles Davis, the beloved black jazz musician admired by many white people, said in a 1985 interview that if he had only 1 hour to live, he would spend it choking a white man slowly, right? So this person posted this, and like I said, attempted to paint white people as the victim. Oh, this black musician who was loved by many whites said that if he had 1 hour to live, this is what he would do to white men, right? And it's crazy to me because Miles Davis was born in 1926, not even 60 years after slavery was abolished. Can you imagine what the United States was like then? Like, I'm scared to think of it, y'all. Not even a lifetime. Like, people live past 60, right? Not even a lifetime after slavery ended is when Miles Davis was born. And this white person is trying to, at all, in any way, paint white people of that time as the victims. Are we serious here? Again, Miles Davis was born in 1926. Mary Turner was lynched in 1918, okay? And for those of y'all who don't know, let me make a long story short. Mary Turner was a black woman whose husband was accused of something that he didn't do. And he was lynched, right? And she spoke out against it. She said, hey, my husband didn't even do this thing and you all lynched him. What's up with that, right? And do you think white people were like, oh man, that's messed up. We made a mistake. Or do you think that they lynched her too, right? So, of course, they lynched this woman. And this is the thing. She was 8 months pregnant when she was lynched. For those of y'all who are not aware, a pregnancy is only 9 months. By the time the 8-month mark comes along, if you go into labor, your baby's pretty much going to be a baby, right? This woman was 8 months pregnant. And this white lynch mob sliced her stomach open, right? And her baby fell out and hit the ground and began to cry. And do you think that that lynch mob was like, oh, no, we've gone too far now. This is just too much, right? Of course not. They stomped on that baby's head until it died. This is the type of stuff that was happening around the time that Miles Davis was born. And you're sitting here telling me that white people were at all in any way the victims when he said if he had 1 hour left to live, he would spend it choking a white man. You tell me that white people were the victims here, and that's not a justified response to what he'd been going through. This is my thing. If you're going to do some shit, do it with your chest. If you're going to say some shit, say it with your chest, right? So if you're going to be racist and uphold white supremacy, do it with your chest. I'm always so confused when I see white people at all in any way attempting to paint themselves as the victim. It never makes sense to me because this is my thing, y'all. I was raised to be homophobic. I've mentioned in previous videos, I have parents who are older, black, and Christian. All three of those things combined, come on, right? So I was raised to be homophobic, right? And even in the height of my homophobia, never, ever, ever did I try to paint myself as any sort of victim based off the fact that I'm straight. I never sat there and pretended, oh yeah, gay people are oppressing me. What the hell? Like what? You might not like gay people, but you can't spin that. Gay people are not oppressing straight people, right? That's why I'm so confused when I see white people constantly trying to paint themselves as the victim. Oh, black people are oppressing me. Miles Davis said so and so and so. Okay, Miles Davis said that, but what were white people doing at the time? That's the actual question, right? I'm so confused when I see white people constantly trying to paint themselves as the victim because, like, what? This makes no sense. This is not rooted in reality. Let me give y'all an example, right? I told y'all before that I be on social media watching fight videos, right? A white person can slap a black person first, right? And that black person can respond by slapping that white person back and beating them up or whatever. And white people will take on the role of the victim in the comments every single time. Black people are violent. So and so, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. You just hit somebody. What are you expecting when you're violent to somebody? You're expecting, well, I hope you're expecting a response of violence. Why would you not be? Like, what? Huh? But again, white people always take on the role of the victim, no matter if they are clearly the aggressor, as they are 100% of the time. White people can brutalize black people in various different ways for years after years after years after years after years, right? And yet and still they will turn around and say that black people are the violent ones, not them. Like, again, my thing is this: if you're gonna do something, do it. If you're gonna say something, say it. Do it with your chest, say it with your chest, right? If you're gonna be violent, then do that. But how are you sitting here, the most violent person in the world, acting like you are the victim and that black people are actually the ones who are brutalizing anybody or anything? Like, it never makes sense to me, right? This constant need to take on the victim.